Hello everyone and welcome back to this Regulatory Tuesday. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man. And if you couldn't tell from the title, we're going to be discussing the Portland art tax today. Now, one of the reasons I hadn't done a video on this in the past already is because of the fact that it was up for judgment review on the state Supreme Court. And I was waiting to see what the Supreme Court ruled. Now, the Supreme Court's ruling came in last week, and it was ruled as not a poll tax, which I disagree with, but I'm going to have to live with it. I actually live outside of the boundary for this tax, so I don't have to deal with it, but I feel bad for those in the city of Portland who do, because what it comes down to is anyone who makes more than $1,000 a year, and they've actually done an amendment to it which states that you also have to be above the federal poverty line, has to pay $35 per household to go back into the school budgets again to pay for arts education in the school districts in Portland Metro. Now, I personally feel that this should have been done as a re-taxing issue. The tax should have been taken in front of the state Supreme Court as a double dipping of taxation, because currently you already pay property tax in the city of Portland for schools. Everyone pays property taxes for schools. If you rent property, the owner of that property pays property taxes, which is part of why rents are so expensive. Because they have to pay the taxation for the property. So you already pay for school taxes, and then they turn around and by household are double dipping for another school tax. And I believe that this should have been ruled unconstitutional from this perspective. However, I didn't argue the case. I didn't file the suit. So I'm going to let what has stood, and I have no standing for this case anyway. I don't live within the city of Portland, and so I am not subject to the Portland art tax. However, I have noticed that this is one of their favorite techniques, especially when it comes to raising taxes on the populace, is that they will push it as a tax for schools, and yet Portland schools are some of the worst in the nation. And Oregon schools in general have a 33% high school graduation rate. That's right, 1 in 3 students graduates. Of those graduating, almost none of them have the necessary skills to go on to college without remedial classes. So we've got a bigger problem than a little bit of arts education being funded by a double-dipping tax. We obviously need to evaluate how the money is being spent and how the school systems are being run. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about we need arts, we need education, we need PE, we need health education, we need healthier food in schools. Well, how about we actually fix our schools first? I'm tired of them being indoctrination camps pushing socialism and these liberal extremist ideas. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me. There is a link down below to the PDX Art Tax webpage, which discusses everything about it. There's also a link down below to the Oregon Live article about the Supreme Court ruling on the Portland art tax. And as always, don't forget to upvote and follow me on VidMe or BitChute subscribe, or come follow me on Minds, Twitter, or Gab, wherever you prefer. Don't be afraid to leave comments. I always try to answer them if they're worth my time. Thank you all, and have yourselves a great day.